I'm back with another video, and today's part 2 of what if Naruto was overpowered, and I decided to double upload, and please don't be afraid to comment, and like tell me what I be doing wrong and sometimes like that, and put bad comments too if you guys want to. I'm going to look at them, but like you gotta do it's your own body, you can do whatever you want. Like, subscribe, and do all that jazz, and let's get into it. We left off at Aruka. Um. Discussing their teams, and we're gonna start off with them. So Aruka said everybody else, and he finally gets to team 7. Once he gets to team 7, he said the teams. He says Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Konoha. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. If I'm saying that wrong, please leave in the comment below. And Naruto, Namazaki, and Uzumaki. Like I said, guys, if I'm pronouncing them wrong, leave it in the comment down below. So he says it, and he said Naruto with a hatred voice because he doesn't like Naruto. He really hates Naruto. He doesn't like him at all. And so he basically says that, and everybody else team already got picked up. 2 hours later, Kakashi comes in and said, "My first impression of this class." Basically, so like that basically going to Konoha, but instead of Naruto breaking him, Naruto sits back, relaxed, and closed his eyes. And so basically that went exactly with Konoha, except for Naruto when he put water above his head. That didn't go with that. So they do it. So Kakashi comes in. He said the first impression of this class. It draw all dumb, and Sasuke like, we're dumb. We didn't even do anything to you. As Kakashi was like, it's the first impression. As Sasuke was like, don't you have first impressions about Naruto? As Naruto didn't even look like he was awake. He was just looking up at the sky with his eyes closed and his hands behind his head. Now Sasuke of course says, my first impression of him is he's a demon and a dope. And Naruto didn't even flinch when he heard this, cause Naruto got used to it. So Kakashi says, okay, meet me at the rooftop, as Naruto body flickers without everybody seeing it. And Kakashi looks over and says, where did he just go? As Kakashi body flickers to the rooftop. Now, Sakura and Sasuke don't know how to do this jutsu, so they both run up there. As you can see, Sakura is out of breath. And you can't tell Sasuke out of breath, but he is. Now, right at this point, Kakashi says, tell me your dreams. Now, everything goes in like Konoha, but instead of Naruto saying, all that, I'm gonna be Hokage, he says this. My likes are ramen, lettuce, and training. My dislikes is this village. And as for my future, that's none of your business. As Naruto go back to the way he was, his hands behind his back and his legs stretched out, and his hands behind his head. Kakashi is very surprised about this. Like, okay. And Naruto, and the only reason he kept his future quiet is because his future is to become Hokage, and like he didn't want everybody else to know that and think he's soft. So he kept that a secret. Of course, nobody's gonna think he's not soft, but Sasuke. But just in case, he kept that a secret. And and Kakashi says, okay, meet me back up here at the training ground so we can get started with the exams. As Sasuke says, what exams? I thought we already did the exams. As Kakashi says again, no. Them was just the exams to qualify to be a Chunin. These are the exams to see if you can become a Chunin. As Sasuke understood and shook his head. Now Naruto body flickers and goes home and tries to master the black and white lightning. Now, you guys already know the black and white lightning. I said about it in part 1. So, the black and white lightning has 3 stages. One stage is where like it's black and white like it's Chidori. But like instead of the bird, it's like hissing like and once it strikes you, and like the second stage of it, once it hits you, y'all guys know the Black Lightning when the Black Panther comes. Yeah, it's basically like that, but once it hits you, it bites you. And the third form is the third form is really hard to do, cause like when this hits you, it bites you and poisons you to where the point you can't move, and the poison comes like has to go to your head all the way up. No, so like it goes to your stomach, to your feet, to your head, and like once it reaches the head, you're dead. Like there's no point, you're dead. And this has to take a skilled medical ninja like Lady Tsunade. Sometimes it has to take Lady Tsunade and like 3 other medical ninjas. If if the person can put if a person can put enough poison in it. So Naruto masters the second one, and thought, why not train the Kenjutsu since I already mastered about 4 jutsus. And of course he didn't master Fireball because his Fireball jutsu, the only Fireball he know is Fireball jutsu, the Fire Dragon, I think that's what it's called, and Inferno style Fireball. And guys, please tell me if I'm pronouncing these jutsu wrong. And like, put in the comment down below. And well, let's get started again. And them Naruto jutsus he know in fire, but he's still working on it. And he says, okay, now I want to train in Kenjutsu. Now, of course, Naruto is training in Kenjutsu. I mean, he thought, why not get swords? So of course he's gonna get swords. Eli, just think. Come on. Alright, so he go get swords, and he grabs, y'all know the sword, like it's like a sword, like the sword that Minato had, I think it was. I think Minato had it. That sword, I think Minato had it. I don't know yet, but I really think so. So he got the sword that Minato had, and I don't know if Minato had it though. Let's say he got a regular sword. He got 2 regular swords, right? So yeah, he got 2 regular swords, and yeah, and he started training. 5 hours later, he learned how to put the black and white lining in the swords, and if it like cuts, like it could cut straight through your body with no hesitation. And the fire, like his Fireball jutsu, does the same thing because it's so powerful. Now with this, Naruto can become unstoppable, he says. Now the next day, Naruto goes to the training ground that Kakashi says and meets up with Sakura and Sasuke. Now Sakura started talking with Naruto, which is unusual of him, and they got close in 2 hours. They got really close. As Sakura then said, "You want to go out with me after this?" Now of course Sakura just playing with him, so Sasuke can get jealous. And Sasuke does not, but he said, "I'm about to break this kid heart if he said this." He said, "Sure, but he already know what it's for." Keep in mind, Naruto's smarter, so he already know what it's for. So he said, "Okay." And 2 hours later, Kakashi comes. They got really close and stuff like that. Kakashi comes and says, "My bad, I got stopped by." Sasuke come off and says, "Stop lying. Let's just start." And Kakashi says, "Well, hold on there, Cheetah. You have to take these 2 bells from me in order to pass." "But Kakashi Sensei, there are only 2. "Yeah, I know." As they're arguing why, but Naruto just stared at us, Kakashi. And then Kakashi backed up and said, "Okay." And Naruto was like, "Okay, listen up. This whole test exams, I read about it. You have to work together. So just work together with me this one time, and then we can still go our separate ways." As Sasuke shake his head, and Sakura just agreeing with whatever Sasuke says, she shake her head too. Now Naruto, now Naruto tells them the plan, and they do it. Now Naruto appears behind Kakashi without any hesitation, which surprises everybody, as Kakashi thinking in his head, this kid, he's faster. He's almost faster than Guy. As he jumped up in the air and spinned and tried to spin kick Kakashi, but as Kakashi dropped on the floor and dodged this, Naruto was already beside him and kicked him through 10 trees. Now, he didn't know, but Sasuke was actually behind him while Kakashi was taking his time and did hand seals to the fireball jutsu and immediately screamed, "Fireball jutsu!" as the giant fireball hit Kakashi, sent Kakashi flying in the air. And like it sent Kakashi flying in the air. And like Naruto's shadow clone was holding Kakashi down, and Kakashi tried to break through it, but his shadow clone was too powerful. As Sakura jumped up in the air and grabbed the bells. Now Kakashi in his head like, they actually did it. The first team to qualify. As Kakashi got him and said, "Okay, you did it. You all passed." As Sasuke was like, he was right. Naruto was right. And then I said, "Of course I was, Sasuke." And he said, "We're not friends. Don't call me by my name." And after that, Sasuke was like, and after that was like, "I know. I don't want to be a friend." And then they both look at each other. My bad, guys. And then at this point, they go home ready for their mission. But Naruto doesn't fall asleep early. He start working his kenjutsu again. And like start doing kenjutsu moves. And like he worked on ninjutsu and he learned a few more fire jutsu, which you're gonna learn in the land of waves. So he learned a few more fire jutsus, which you're gonna learn. I just said. And and you guys gonna be surprised that he made a new jutsu of the fire. And then that's gonna be the last jutsu he makes. So yeah. And he made a new jutsu of the fire, which you gotta go learn in the land of wave, but I just said the same thing to go again right there. And he finally goes to sleep after 5 hours. He goes to sleep, wakes back up, and Naruto's fully rested. He ate breakfast, you know what I'm saying? He ate breakfast, and he leaves the room. Now, why he leaves the room? I'm sorry. Now, when he leaves the room, he smells the fresh air and calls on a white dove to take him to the front gate. Well, no, to take him to the Hokage's office, but nobody saw the dove fly in the air. As he went to the Hokage's office, he opened the door, saw Kakashi and the rest of his team. And he says, hi, Kakashi. As Kakashi say, "Oh, hey, Naruto." As then 5 months later, they just started doing like just regular C ranks. As immediately, like as fast as you could say hi, as soon as Sarutobi was about to say, "All right, here goes your next." Sasuke immediately cut him off. "No disrespect, Sarutobi, but please just give us a C rank mission." As Sarutobi accepted him, like, okay. As Sarutobi says, he said, "Okay, if you could pass this C rank mission, I'll start giving you S and A's." As Kashi was like, "S's and A's? I mean, maybe A's." As Sasuke looked furious at him, was like, "Okay, whatever, A's, S's and A's." As they did this, they walked out to the front. No, they called in the bridge builder. The bridge builder went in and was like, "Okay, I asked for Junin, not so kids." As then nobody said anything. They were like, "Here's you're gonna get, and these kids are powerful, so here's what you're gonna get." As School Lady says this, he's like, "Whatever." It might be wondering, I forgot to say this, but why you might be wondering why Sasuke and Naruto in the same team together. I just put them in the same team together because I didn't want to change up the storyline. So yeah, and then they all pass the gate. Now if they pass the gate, about like 2 hours later, they see a puddle out when it's sunny. So Naruto quickly saw through this and released the genjutsu. As he released the demon brothers flies out, and Naruto immediately knocks out both of them in a second. And Kakashi, Sakura, and also Sasuke are surprised about this. But how did he do that? As that happened, Naruto smiled and said, "Oh, you guys are weak." As Naruto was about to cut their heads off, as Kakashi stopped them and said, "We can get an answer from them first, Naruto." As they get answers from the demon brothers, tells everything because they don't want to die. As Kakashi knocked them out. They kept walking, and eventually Naruto sends Zabuza and Haku. As that, Naruto said, "Everybody dunk!" As this happened, a whole sword was about to come at Sakura because Sakura was too late to dunk. As she looked over and saw Sasuke. Sasuke stood there looking at the sword as Naruto tackled her and dropped her down. And Sakura heard like, why didn't Sasuke save me? And it stopped when it hit a tree and Zabuza landed on it. Now when Zabuza landed on it, he said, "Ooh, you guys are good. And how did you sense me, boy? I'm pretty good at sensory. Oh yeah, until Haku, I mean no, he didn't know their name, but he said, oh yeah, until that girl to come out too." As he walked out and was like, "I'm not a girl, I'm a boy." As this happened, everybody was surprised. Even Kakashi, like, he's a boy. As Zabuza was like, "You don't need to know all that. Give me the bridge builder or I'll kill you." At this, Kakashi about to say, when he was cut up by Naruto, laughing in aura, laughing, just laughing, and let out the craziest blood Haku and Zabuza already have never seen before. As Naruto did the most powerful genjutsu that made them see their own death. Because of course Zabuza took in that a little bit, but then when he saw his own death in the aura surrounding him with that, he couldn't move at all. So he was stuck like that. He was stuck. He couldn't move. And Naruto went up to Zabuza so fast, he was like, Haku didn't even see it. Kakashi, nobody else saw it. And cut his head off with his own sword. With Zabuza's own sword. As Haku screamed, "No!" And that tragedy broke her out. Broke her out of the stage. And ran down to Naruto, and Naruto quickly dodged it and grabbed the executioner blade and sliced Haku in half. Now, of course, Naruto is way powerful than Zabuza and Haku mixed together, so that's why it ended that quick. So they go, and the bridge builder built the bridge, and Naruto protected them. The bridge builder built the bridge as Gato comes, and of course the ninja wins. He just cut him through half and gave all of Gato's money, and Naruto gave all of Gato's money to the village that was poor, because Naruto felt bad for the village, and the village thanked him very much and named the bridge after him. Now they walk back. They're walking back. When all of a sudden Sakura says, "Hey man, you still up for that date?" Naruto accepts the date. Oh, just because he already knows about to happen. As he says, "Yeah, sure." As they go on a date, Naruto already knows what's about to happen. As he says, "Oh, nice date. We're girlfriend or boyfriend now?" As Sakura says yes. As Naruto disappears, and Sasuke meets up with Sakura and says, "Sakura, let's date. You made me jealous. Now come on." As Sakura was like, "Yes, my final chance. Yes, Sasuke, yes." As they go home and they make out, and for my younger viewers, that just mean they were high fiving. But yeah. So yeah. They make out a little bit, and of course Naruto easily saw through this, went in and laughed as Sasuke